So unfortunately, it looks like the Seattle Police Department is continuing to go after protesters who are basically either, standing up to them or exposing their police brutality. Um, so check out this tweet. It's confirmed. Seattle police just arrested the man who filmed them macing a little girl last week. I don't believe in coincidences. Excuse me. They are targeting protesters. This is the second time in 24 hours. Huge show of force both times. I would be lying if I said I wasn't terrified. And so the first show of force that they're talking about is basically 20 to 30 cops show up to arrest this lady who supposedly assaulted the police at a rally, but her explanation, and frankly I honestly just don't believe cops anymore. I don't know if we ever really should have, is that she was protecting her friends who were getting shot by rubber bullets, and now they showed up to her car, or I should say they tried to take her out of her car. Her kid was in there. She got maced. The kid maybe have gotten maced, not to mention the trauma that child experienced, and now here they go. It's freaking nuts. So, a friend of mine just witnessed the guy who took the video of the little girl getting maced that went viral get arrested in the middle of the street. 7 cop cars, Belmont and Olive, made up of bullshit charges. We live in a police state. I don't know how you could see it any other way at this point. And so this, yeah, I mean, with some digging, you could probably find this on Twitter or just online, but he was the person who filmed this little girl getting maced, and now they're going after him for showing their just completely abhorrent, illegal, disgusting behavior. We live in a police state. I don't know what else there's to say at this point. In so-called liberal progressive Seattle, that's why electing more Democrats isn't the solution. We need to defund, demilitarize, use that money to fund programs of social uplift so we're actually able to address the root causes of crime, invest in things like education, housing, employment, environmental justice, healthcare, college, etc. Just watch 7 cop cars pull up to arrest a person they suspected of using a laser pointer at protest. Person ID'd themselves as Evan uh, Herrera, I'm not sure how you say that, and said they took the video of the 9-year-old mace downtown last weekend. Feared this arrest was retributive. Pine and Belmont. Yeah. And check out what the police are using for justifying. Wait, no, that was for the different thing. Oops. Jumped a puzzle piece. 7 cop cars. It's nuts. What is fucking happening? Bail denied. So they're claiming he used the laser pointer. He was saying he didn't. And check out, so that lady that I was telling you about who was arrested by the 30 cops, check out the rationale that these officers are using to justify that arrest. It is highly, highly disturbing. Check this out. This is from one of the officers. When I reviewed so they're using Facebook posts to justify arresting protesters at this point. If that's not a totalitarian, authoritarian, fascist state, I don't know what is. When I reviewed the Facebook page, I noticed numerous posts that are highly critical and antagonistic towards police. That's free speech. That's free speech. There were also numerous posts referring to Seattle area protests. Some of these posts included videos where Eberhard, that's the lady who was arrested in front of her kid, maced, took 30 cops, where Eberhard is present at the scene of looting downtown on 5/30/2020 and actively encouraging the people looting the stores. I did not consider this language or the videos indicative of any attempt to harm officers by itself. One post in particular caught my attention on 6/1, the same day of the assault on officers with the vehicle described above. Eberhard posted a drawing that appeared to be a Star Wars Land Cruiser, which is a vehicle similar to a car. I don't know if that's accurate. Star Wars is a fictional movie series, and I don't think Land Cruisers are similar to cars. The Land Cruiser had the words, "This machine kills fascists," written on the side, what appears to be impact damage on the front. What's wrong with killing fascists? Those are Nazis, white supremacists. There are several bloody stormtroopers lying on the ground. The letters ACAB appear at the bottom of the drawing. ACAB is a well-known acronym commonly used by Antifa and other anti-policing groups. That means all cops are bastards. It's hard to disagree with that. Both the Star Wars stormtrooper imagery and the references to fascists are commonly used by Antifa and other groups to reference police officers. The drawing appeared to be a clear reference to killing police officers with the vehicle. Oh, Jesus Christ. The people trying to kill the protesters have been the cops. There's been multiple videos all across the United States, from LA to New York, of cops driving into their cars, or I should say driving their cars into peaceful protesters. And same with other people trying to harm the protesters. As far as, the violences are always very one-sided towards the protesters from the police. Jesus Christ. Based on Eberhard's social media posts, it appeared that she was heavily involved in the Seattle area protests and considered herself to be acting as a part of a larger group of protesters. Based on the officer's description of the driver and passenger and DOL photos of Eberhard in the mail and her Facebook post, it seemed very probable that Eberhard was the driver of the vehicle. The officer's description of her obvious intent to strike them appeared to be bolstered by the Facebook post Eberhard made earlier that same day, which was apparent reference to killing police officers with the vehicle. So basically, they're obviously just grasping at straws here and trying to indict people's ability to post on social media, limiting their free speech. So we have this example, and then we have this other one where they arrested this person who filmed the police macing that child at the protest the previous weekend. Again, defund, demilitarize, abolish eventually, sooner than later, because the cops are basically just a occupying force that protects capital and terrorizes marginalized communities and increasingly just everybody at this point, especially the Seattle police. And it's just disgusting that the people's tax dollars are being used to fund their own oppression and subjugation. That's why we need to get rid of that. The police state only benefits the wealthy capitalists who use it to quell any type of social uprising or movement that seeks to generate a more socially just present and future. Peace. Much love.